If we get to a point where I have to pay for a subscription to PlayStation Plus yearly, and then I have to pay a monthly bill to play a game, I'm going to find a new hobby. I might take up fucking stamp collecting.
I'm going to get this game because I love NCAA football. I love football. But we have to get our expectations to a certain level that is reasonable to what EA is now. And that is a money grab company that does not care about the experience of the game anymore.
All right.
So, I just want to get the record straight right off the bat.
And we're in there. Let's go. God damn it, I can't... one day I'll remember this. The
okay.
YouTube algorithm stuff. One day.
It's
One
okay.
day.
It's okay.
What's on your mind, my man?
So, I've been playing sports video games my whole life. There's probably a stretch throughout high school where I wasn't, just because, we were all busy as fuck, like high school times. And I remember the days when you played a game, sports game, and you played the whole game. The entire game from start to finish. You played the franchise mode, you played the online modes, you played single player modes, you played all that stuff. Nowadays, all these sports games are gravitated toward Ultimate Team. That's it, dude. And they've gotten rid of all the other game modes. So, this leads to my conversation about FIFA or EAFC, which is out right now, which is the only sports game I play right now. They recently made, well, first of all, EA, this is the worst game they've ever made. And I've played like Madden, I've played like NBA Live. I played all the other old EA sports games, and it's definitely the worst game I've ever played. They don't know how to run the game thoroughly. Glitches, mistakes with content that they supposedly release every day at 1 p.m. And then, it's stupid. So that's another thing. That's a whole nother conversation. They're just pushing content towards us to get us to play. But even though it's like not always the best, but they still push it. So that alone, terrible. They just don't run the game well. And I've heard it's because, I know a lot of video games do this now. A lot of video game companies do this. Third-party employees, I guess you could say, that help build the game. They'll hire third-party companies to help with the game because they don't have enough staff. I think that we're getting to a point where the higher-ups in all these video game companies only care about profit, so they are requiring less and less money towards the actual creation of these games and the love that they put into them. Like the people that actually want to build the games, that actually want to make them good, they don't hire those people anymore. They just hire the people that will get the job done.
Or even like, I don't really know too much about this because I think I've told you I've been done with sports games and stuff like that. But my thing is, I don't necessarily think it's the fact that I don't think it's necessarily the fact that they don't have anyone that has love for the games. I think majority of the people. But here's the thing. You're a developer.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I need you to do this. You tell me no. It's a very competitive market.
It is competitive, yeah.
I say to you, okay, you're fired. There's 20 other people sitting right over there that are sitting there like this, waiting just for you to go, hey, can you do the thing I just said?
But there's...
Oh, you can? Okay, come on, you're
But
hired.
it's not just that, though. It's a coding thing, too. So for sports games, rinse and repeat every year. Mm-hmm. New engine, when the new gen consoles comes out, changes everything.
I don't believe that for a fucking second.
No, you should, because this is how new gen works, especially with sports games. So they'll have guys, they dress up in those. We've talked about this. They dress up in those suits. They capture the movements of these guys with,
mocap.
For soccer, motion captures. For like soccer, they'll capture like them shooting, dribbling, whatnot. Instead of actually keeping it an arcade game, because that's what video games are. They're essentially always should be arcadey games. They now make them realistic, make them more glitchy. And I've talked about this in the past when I've talked about sports games and EA and FIFA and everything. But now they're taking that to a whole new level where it's essentially just you're playing a simulator and not necessarily a game where you're controlling the just what you're doing, so to say. So that's one issue I have. The other issue is the money making, and they're doing this through, like I said, Ultimate Team, through packs. They're making all these Ultimate Team game modes for sports games. They're making them into a mobile game, because most mobile games, you don't necessarily grind, you pay in-app purchases. That's what you do for mobile games. So now they're doing that with all these console games and, all the EA games that are coming out for sports games and stuff. And it's just so obnoxious.
I wouldn't even say obnoxious. It's predatory. They want your money.
That's your thing. It's becoming a gambling simulator. That's a lot. So EA, one of the big things that have happened recently, and I say big because they've been doing this for years now, is the problem that they have with the gambling issue with opening packs. So it's like all these kids, they're spending so much money on this Ultimate Team game mode. They're opening like $50 packs. They have $50 packs for fucking players you can get. And it's just like, it's ridiculous, dude. I don't want video games to go down that route, and especially sports games.
I would have thought that they would have learned their lesson after the disaster that was Battlefront 2. I thought they would have learned. I thought they would have learned. There was governments that were banning the game in their countries because it was essentially a slot machine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Belgium maybe did. I forget, but
I don't remember. It was when it was a European country.
Yeah, it was European
because
country.
it's true, Yeah,
it's
you
true.
want the best players. You want to, I don't know much about soccer. I could probably name the amount of soccer players on my one hand, but
yeah, it's fine.
Me, if I want to play as Messi, I don't want to have to spend $150 just to be able to have him on my team.
That's where it's at now.
And it's
that's where it's at.
It's so stupid. And it's so dumb, and it's just, they...
But let me get into now the biggest EA game to come out within the last 10 years, which is NCAA Football. That is the biggest game that EA is going to release since who knows when. Ever. Because we know, there hasn't been an NCAA football game since 2014, I'm pretty sure. And 10 years. And you know how popular that game was? What was so great about those games? The whole
build a program.
You get to build a program. The customization in that game's crazy. Yeah. You get to have a player that goes through the whole process. Like if you go through that game mode, I forget what the game mode's called, but you get the player to go through high school, you get recruited, you get all that stuff. Is that going to be good? If I'm seeing all this other stuff that EA's been going through, like where they're pushing for this Ultimate Team game mode and stuff, like, don't get me wrong, people. I'm going to get this game because I love NCAA football. I love football. But we have to get our expectations to a certain level that is reasonable to what EA is now. And that is a money grab company that does not care about the experience of the game anymore. And I just feel like NCAA football is going to be their biggest scam yet. I really do. I think it's going to be their biggest scam yet.
The fact that the deluxe version of this game is $150.
Dude.
Does it come with tickets?
It's crazy, man.
I'm like, dude, I got to actually bring this. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little off topic.
No, go ahead.
If I do get off topic, just let me know and I'll steer it right back.
Yeah,
but,
no problem.
Bro, did you see all this shit that's coming out about Ubisoft? They got a new Assassin's Creed game coming out.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a little political here, but the game is called Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's set in feudal Japan.
Okay.
Great thing.
That's pretty cool.
But that got my attention. I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's see what it's got. Main character is a black guy. Now, listen, I got nothing wrong with that. No big deal.
It is Japan, though.
It's feudal Japan in the 1600s. Do you think...
But there was a show...
I'm not even going to say it because you know it, I know it, they know it. That
makes no sense.
They want brownie points. They want socialist movement to be like, wow. It's not historically accurate.
There's a lot of things going on with the world now, not necessarily relevant to video games, but it's getting into that zone.
I think it's better.
What?
They already released the pre-order packages for this game.
Really? Wow.
The base game is $70. No big deal.
Yeah.
The deluxe is $80. Wait. Yeah. The super, you know, thing
Yeah,
they
you get
mail
everything, blah, blah, blah.
It's $130.
And guess what? You're
Gets
not going to...
better.
Yeah, you're going to be paying more than
Right next to it, they want people to pay monthly for this
There you go. There you go.
I've said it to people
You're
like
not
this.
just
I'll
paying
say
that.
it to you. Actually did say it to you. If we get to a point where I have to pay for a subscription to PlayStation Plus yearly, and then I have to pay a monthly bill to play a game, I'm going to find a new hobby. I might take up fucking stamp collecting. I'm not willing to pay a fixed amount to play a game monthly. That is stupid as hell. I said it to you, and I said it to everyone about GTA 6. I heard a rumor saying GTA 6 is going to require a monthly subscription to play. If that is true, I'm not buying the game. I don't give a fuck how good it is. I don't care. If I have to pay monthly for a game, that's where I draw the line in the sand. I'm already at a point now where I'm like, I actually said this to my dad the other day. Gaming is the only business in the world where I can give you an unfinished product and tell you I'll fix it in 3-6 months. Mm-hmm. And you'll be like, okay, full price. Mm-hmm. It's the only thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that they want money on top of it is crazy.
It's every
to me.
game now.
Crazy to me. I know I don't play a lot of sports games, but I'm going to relay a lot of this EA shit to when I used to play Apex. I stopped playing Apex just because the fact that the quality of the game opposed to what I was promised is not what I like.
That's so
How
true.
the fuck are you going to sit here and tell me, oh, we have the PlayStation 5 version of Apex, the PlayStation 5 version of Apex? Why the fuck does it still running at 60 FPS if it's the fucking PlayStation 5 version of the game? And they might have fixed it, but you know what? Too little, too late. You shouldn't have made me wait 2.5 years after getting the goddamn PS5 version of the game in order for me to say, wow, I get an extra 20 FPS. That's fucking stupid.
It is.
All these business practices are dumb as a bag of fucking sand, dude. It's almost like they go, what can we do to make our stocks go up more? Oh, let's add a bundle in the store that nobody wants, but everyone's going to buy. Go ahead.
Can I add about the GTA stuff? So, GTA 6 is going to have probably supposedly the best graphics a GTA game has ever had. Now, we're in a period where consoles we're at that new gen stage. They're upgrading the systems, you know. Is there gonna be a point where GTA 6 comes out, the consoles barely are able to run it?
Yes.
And then we're gonna be forced to get a new console in order to play the game, pretty much. So not only that, it's like we're in a transition period of you want to play a video game, you need to spend, like you've been saying, you need to spend so much money now just to get a decent experience out of it. And I don't know where this is going to take us in the next, 2 years, because that's when all this stuff's going to happen, you know? So I don't know. I think it's going to be tough
5
for us.
Had 3 different versions, PS3, PS4, and PS5.
And it lives up to this day. To this day, dude, the graphics amazing. The whole quality of the game, amazing. You could get 500 hours out of the game.
Easily.
Just by getting it once, buying one purchase of the game, 500 hours, boom, done.
Easy.
Done. And now it's at a point where, see, this is why I play the multiplayer games, to be honest with you, because the experience stays the same, relatively the same. I know Apex is different, but it stays relatively the same.
Humbly retired.
I know, but it stays relatively the same because you spend and Apex was free, but you spend your money and you're getting the experience you expected out of it because it's a multiplayer game that's competitive, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I could break down why Apex might be a free-to-play game, but its monetization system, I could break it down as simple as whatever.
Go ahead.
It's simple. You like Bangalore, right? You really want to get a legendary skin for Bangalore. You have a 1 in 30 chance of pulling a legendary skin. Just a legendary out of the Apex pack. And then it's even more diluted because of how much shit there is in the game now. So you're like, oh, how can I get it for free? You can either save up your crafting material or you can go buy the Battle Pass.
Yeah, that's so dumb. Battle Passes too. Another whole just scenario that's dumb.
It's so predatory. You want an heirloom? Okay, open up 500 packs. You want the limited time event skins that come around once every 3 months? Up $28.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I think I make this point all the time to people, and I don't understand why companies don't fucking realize this. I am never in my life going to spend more than $20 on a skin. I don't care how legendary it is. I don't care what the collab is. I don't care. Period. Bottom line,
No one
point blank.
should.
That's it.
No one should.
Fortnite had the best monetization system. And I know all these companies want to copy it now, but if you got a legendary skin or whatever it is,
Yeah.
their prices might have gone up because of, inflation and everything, but maybe 1,800. That's less than $20.
Because why does it have to be so rare that no one's able to get it unless you spend all this money? Who cares?
Or my favorite.
It's a skin.
My favorite's the Call of Duty packs, bro. Or the Call of Duty
Yeah.
things where it'll be like, wow, have these 8 things and 6 of them you don't even fucking want.
And remember, I swear this was only like 5 years ago, where skins in Call of Duty and all this stuff you used to get, like gun skins, blah, 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 you just got by playing. You just got by playing.
Exactly.
Like, and so now, so this goes full circle now. So now we play games we play games to then experience not the gameplay.
Sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. You're playing games not to just to get the gameplay out of it, but to get the paid content that's behind it. I just don't understand. There's like a paywall now to get the full experience of these games. Like, I just don't understand the point.
Because they want to pay to get you in, have you pay a little bit more.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
just like,
pay to
yeah,
have
they're
whatever.
just running your like bills, bro. It's just crazy. I don't know. So that's why I'm really skeptical about
Stethoscope.
yeah, a really stethoscope about NCAA, because I just know it's going to be hyped to an extent that isn't realistic. Knowing what the older games used to be, it's just not going to be like that. And if it is, I mean, kudos to EA, but I'm never going to say that until we see the actual game. I just know it's not going to live up to our expectations. I just know that's going to be the reality of it. So what I'm planning on doing is, which I think everyone should do now, is wait at least 2 or 3 months.
Wait for that first sale.
Wait for the sale. Wait for, like, NCAA is coming out, what, June something? I don't remember. I think it's like June something. Wait till September. Wait till Black Friday. Like,
Don't
what's
even wait till
stopping
then.
you?
You know for a fact that the minute it starts to get colder out, there's going to be sales everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Happens all the time. PlayStation has a sale every 2 months.
Exactly.
I got the notification today. They were like, "Oh yeah, you got a sale." I'm like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, and
I
it's
got a sale 2 months ago.
and I just hope that the monopoly that EA and Blizzard and all these companies have created doesn't prevent other gaming companies from creating games that we used to love. And I hope those other gaming companies don't fall into the just the standard of what these companies are.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make a PSA.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those people that are gonna blindly buy these games and then fucking complain about them for the entire year, you're the problem, dummy. Don't buy the game. For the love of God. I hear the same shit all the time about Call of Duty. The first 2 weeks of the game, oh, it's the greatest Call of Duty ever, blah, 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 blah. Fucking a month into the game, they're just like, this game sucks, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're the problem. You're the problem. You just spent $70 on a game. Now you hate it, and you're going to spend the entire year bitching about it.
Yep.
Don't buy the game, dummy.
Well, wait, so what percentage of people who are content creators for video games, what percentage of people do you think are influenced by those content creators to not only purchase the game, but keeping the game relevant?
What do you mean? Like the people that like...
So like,
I don't
so
know.
so let me reword this. Back in, we've talked about this too. Back in Modern Warfare 2, that was like the heyday of content creation for video games. Like that was when things started to get really big. Back then, the game was bigger than the concept of creating content. It was bigger than that. People just played it because it was a good game. Nowadays, I feel like gaming has become more of a entertainment for people to watch more than to play. Like, do you know what I mean? Specifically with content creation, like Twitch, like YouTube, people are watching other people play the game to get their experience out of it more, and essentially affecting how games are made and how games are, I don't know, enjoyed. I don't know. Do you think that's something that
I definitely think streamers have definitely an influence.
But
over things.
how much percentage do you think? I think it's kind of like, I don't think it's a huge percentage that they have. I think it's like a 30%. Like,
what do you mean? Like, as if their viewers like come on and start buying the game right then and there?
Yeah, based on their reaction to the game. So like their influence of like their experience with the game.
I think they have a good pull on it, because like I could speak for myself. I'm the type of person where I won't debate playing your game, especially if it's new.
Yeah.
Unless I see the people that I respect. Like, for instance, there are two people on YouTube whose gaming opinions I very much like. I look towards. One is the guy. His name is The Act Man. He's been on YouTube for fucking
He does
ever.
all the playthroughs. He's good.
Not even just a playthrough. He just makes reviews.
Yeah.
Oh, and another tidbit of advice. If you're a content creator or whoever you're watching does a review on the game, if the review is less than 30 minutes, do not believe it.
Yeah, because then
they're literally playing the first 2 hours and going, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this is all I need. No, whatever. So, tidbit of advice, food for thought type shit. So,
yeah, like the content creators are essentially, they're the ones.
I think they definitely have a pull.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's why a lot of these content creators get sponsored to play the game.
Exactly. So that's why I'm going. So that's why I'll go back to EA for FC24 and FIFA franchise. They have content creators who are sponsored by EA. A certain percentage.
Don't believe them.
But not only that. So when the EA crap was coming out about FIFA and like their whole problem with like, selling packs and shit like that. Specifically this year, it's been the worst ever. Recently, like last week or so, a lot of these content creators have come out who get sponsored by EA and have said like, oh, I made a video about the 50 things I hate about this game. And this was back like in FIFA 21, FIFA 22. Like this was like not even now. And they made a video like that. One guy in particular, he made a video, 50 things I don't like about the game. And the EA contacted him to take the video down. Isn't that crazy? So and you know what's even funnier? These people for FIFA, like their content team, I guess you could say, who get paid to, sponsors, whatever. They're called game changers. That's what their title is. They're called game changers, I'm pretty sure. If I'm not, it might be something else, but I'm pretty sure it's called game changers. They don't change the game. So you're telling me that these guys have a title called game changers. He then puts a video out saying what he doesn't like about the game, and then EA says, take that video down? What's going on, dude? So it's sad to see where everything's going. And I don't want to see that happen for these other games that are really good, like Elden Ring. Well, that won't happen, Elden Ring, but the games we like.
Until Miyazaki is dead.
Yeah.
They won't, no.
Exactly.
Miyazaki has a clear-cut plan of how he organizes and creates his games.
Exactly. So
I also love it every single time when his game is getting close to coming out, and there's always a discussion, should your game have an easy mode? And he's like, no.
Yeah, because it's not meant for that group, or that crowd that want to play it.
Also, the game is not articulated to have multiple difficulties.
No, it's not.
That's why, like, for instance, I'm not going to sit here and, like, blast people who do this, but if you play a game that has multiple difficulties, and I know I'm getting off topic again, but
no, it's fine.
If you play a game that has multiple difficulties, you have to understand that the game is not made to facet all of those difficulties. Like, for instance, if you have a difficulty slider that's from like 1 through 4, let's say 4 is the hardest, 1's the easiest. 1 is like the story mode, like you could play the game with your feet and win. 2 is like the normal experience. 3 is like the whatever, and then 4 is like the you're gonna hate your life type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, and I always tell people to look for this, the difference between 3 and 4 difficulty is not enemy aggression. It's not anything like that. It's damage numbers.
True,
that's all
yeah,
it is.
That's true.
It'll make it to where the same person can hit you the same way 2 different times.
Yeah.
On 3, it'll do 20%. On 4, it'll do 40. Like, that's the only big difference.
Yeah,
if
that makes sense.
If your difficulty slider is just simply more damage, then it's a bad game.
Yeah.
And it's not articulated for that.
No, it shouldn't be.
But, I mean, bro, with EA, man,
Isn't that crazy,
I've
though?
said so many times, I hate EA. I hate EA. I hate Activision to the point where Ubisoft is starting to get like that with me too. But I hold out hope. I don't have any hope for Ubisoft.
Oh, so I said Battle State. Battle State, they made Escape from Tarkov, and then they had an issue too. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh, their $250 update just so you
Yeah.
can play with your friends? Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about that.
And then a new game came out that was free that's just like Escape from Tarkov, and
Good.
now all the content creators that made content for Escape from Tarkov are not playing that, which is great.
Good, they should
you
learn
know?
from their mistakes.
But competition is what's key, though. That's what's key.
Bro, the fact that indie games are doing better than these billion-dollar companies is crazy. I've been telling you about this for a little while. There's a game that I've been kind of playing here and there. It's called Seeker Ritual. It's like SKER Ritual. This game is everything I love about zombies, COD zombies.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's perfect. It's like somebody took Black Ops 3, reskinned it, added Easter eggs, and goes, here you go. But you know what the best part is?
What?
There's 4 maps. They're adding more. I think they added 1 more map, actually, for free. The game is $25.
That's great.
$25. You have 4 Easter eggs to do.
When does it come
All
out?
this content. There's actually a free demo that came out about 2 weeks before it released. But I know it's like fully out.
I gotta check this out then.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like, for instance, I was playing it the other day, and I played the demo. The demo is quite literally the first map. You know, Easter egg, everything. It's not like, oh, you're about to complete the Easter egg. Oh, you better get out. No, it's just here's the demo, your first map, play it. Dude, I was like, I feel like I'm playing like Shadows of Evil again.
That's it.
Which is, a very tall task. But
Yeah.
I mean, there was points where I was like, what is this enemy? I get close to it, and then it just like flicks me in the forehead, and I go flying like 8 million miles, and I'm just like, dude, how is this better than the actual thing it's based off of? And the best part is, there's 4 developers. 4.
Wow.
They did more with less.
Yeah.
These fucking indie gamers, these indie games are out gaming. I don't want to say out gaming. They are.
Yeah.
Helldivers, small indie developer. The game explodes. This game, which I hope it explodes, because to be very honest with you, I have no interest to buy AAA games anymore. None.
I'm
Zilch,
losing it
nada.
too. I'm losing it too.
Like
I really
it's not.
am.
It's not worth it.
It's not.
You got to be able to sell me on a $70 price tag, and I'm not spending close to $100 to hopefully be able to play the game. No, if I gotta hope that the game's gonna work at release, I'm not buying your fucking game, bro.
No, that's true. I guess to
Fuck AAA games. Save your money, and for the love of God, play Dark Souls 3. Anyway.
But yeah, I wanted to just like spew that out about EA because it's just like the stuff that's happening recently. It's pretty relevant. Yeah, exactly. They're taking the fun out of these games. They're turning it into a huge money grab, which I feel like was not the model that a lot of these companies were just going by for so long, which is now full send in that direction. Just money.
I also think that they're trying to capitalize on or see the numbers that they saw during 2020, which
Okay, that's a whole nother topic too, because let's think about where games were pre-COVID to now. And actually, right during COVID, I would say we had some of the best games we'll always kind of... Well, for me, so Valorant came out right during COVID. Fortnite came out, what was that, 2018? 17, okay. So, yeah, it's just... Maybe it was COVID, maybe it wasn't.
No, it was COVID.
It was COVID. Fortnite changed so much. I mean, that's
no,
just easy
I
to say.
fully
but-
believe it was like, bro. I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone, and I'm not trying to do whatever. But I knew people during COVID who, if somebody would have said to me that they bought a gaming system, I'd be like, "Are they okay?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I knew like like dudes, girls, everything in between. Like my fucking dad was asking me to play video games. And I was like, that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. He didn't actually end up playing a game. I had games ready for him, but
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that was it. People were stuck inside all the time. They had nothing better to do. Like, bro, I don't want to admit this, but my most played game ever is Modern Warfare 2019. I have 1,000 hours in that game.
I like the game.
And it's solely because of the fact that I knew I was going to play Modern Warfare all the time. So when I would go to work or had to leave the house, I just left it on. Because I knew I would just walk in, turn on my TV, and just be like, okay, XX playing, hardcore shipment when the broken spawns and chucking nades across the thing. That was my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
If I had enough time, I'd get frag grenades because the frag grenade blast radius was a little bit bigger. And I would just literally just go, okay, if I stand at this spawn point and what's the angle I got to use to chuck them? I used to go in a private match and just chuck nades. I don't want to sit here and talk about what I was doing.
No, it's okay. But I wanted to change to this topic, which we probably won't go crazy into. But so Netflix,
I saw this.
they recently, so they have, I don't know, I think it's like 3 games now for the NFL.
I think the Christmas Day games.
Christmas Day. They have, Steelers are in one of them. Steelers and Chiefs.
Don't care.
That's a Christmas Day.
Oh, I thought you were saying like the other game. Yeah, it's
No.
Steelers and
Yeah,
Chiefs.
that's a Netflix. They have, I think it's Bills and Dolphins, or is another one, big game. And I forget the other one, but I think we're getting to a point where sports are all going to be on streaming services, which I have no issue with. The problem is that
you expect people to have 7 different things if they want to watch football.
Yeah, that's
oh,
a
you
huge
want the
problem.
DirecTV? You want the DirecTV? You want the sports package where you get Red Zone and every game every Sunday?
It's like
YouTube TV.
$500 too.
Oh, you want to watch football on Thursdays? Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to watch football on Christmas Day? Netflix.
So I was watching. So Colin Cowherd, he has his podcast on YouTube, and I was checking it out today just to see what I was watching a bunch of stuff about the schedule, about other bunch of people talking about it, and they were talking about the way in which NBC, CBS, they're not going to be around in 10 years because all these streaming services are going to take over. Apple, Netflix, Amazon, they're all going to have NFL on it now and nothing else. That's going to happen eventually, which is crazy to me. And it's kind of weird, even though we are the generation of that should be comfortable, we don't watch TV anymore really, but sports is the biggest part of just that should be free to watch. I think. I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird that it's going this quickly where Netflix is not going to be having all these sports and stuff. But that's just me. I don't know.
I don't know, man. All I know is that eventually what they're going to do is they're just going to start bundling them all together. It's going to be cable 2.0.
It probably will be.
I think that's going to be so stupid.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen really fast, and yeah, it's just we're going to see all these games on Netflix.
Bro, think of it like this: within the past 2 seasons, Amazon now has it. YouTube has a piece of Amazon has a piece of the pie. YouTube has a piece of the pie. Netflix now has a piece of the pie. Peacock has a piece of the pie.
Yeah, and it's
Come
all
on,
sports,
man.
really. It's all the major sports. NFL's the king, and NBA
especially in this
is,
country.
Yeah, NBA and NHL, MLB, their regular season games don't really matter that much. NFL is totally different.
Yeah, but what's going to happen is, I don't know if you've seen this, but TNT is losing its contract.
Yes.
With and everyone's talking about the thing, but I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing: when that goes, and you're gonna start wondering where they're gonna go next, it's gonna go to the highest fucking bidder.
And who's the highest bidder? It's Amazon. It's Netflix.
All the people that already have a piece of the NFL.
Because they're the ones that have the most money they could spend on it.
I mean, the NFL is probably the biggest business in this country, bro. And it's not even a question.
It's not even close.
Not
so.
even a question. Do you want to sit here and talk about any other sports? Okay, fine. Let's talk about other sports. Football. No, football. Basketball. Basketball, they play in arenas. Mm-hmm. Football is played in stadiums.
Yeah, and now they're played in Brazil. They're playing the first.
Yeah.
Did you ever expect that to happen?
No.
Where week 1 we have a game on Friday.
I didn't even think we'd have games in
Friday.
like Mexico, Germany, fucking London. I'm
Brazil. I didn't even know Brazil was that big for NFL. Isn't that crazy? It's so. Another thing that I thought was interesting is that the Chiefs play every day of the week this year except on Tuesday. The only day that won't have any NFL. They have a game every day in the whole week of the year. Wednesday is Thanksgiving, I think.
No, that'd be Thursday.
So then I guess it's Christmas? I don't know. But they have Black Friday. And then yeah. So
Saturdays will be like the playoffs and towards the end of the season. Once college football ends, they normally put games on.
So
Saturday.
when are they going to have a Tuesday night game? It could happen eventually. But yeah, I just thought. But to go back to the Brazil thing, I thought it's insane that if I'm a fan of a team, like if I'm an Eagles fan, I would be pissed off that my first game is in fucking Rio or whatever it is. I mean, I'd be kind of mad. I'd be like, dude.
I don't think the time zone would be much.
That's actually, you're right. The time zone won't be that bad. It's just kind of weird, though.
Wait, speaking of time zones, did you see about what happened with UFC 304?
What?
UFC 304. The start time is fucking 3 a.m. their time, because then it makes it to where our viewing pleasure is better. Like,
wow.
Anyway, besides side point, we could talk about that.
That makes
later.
sense, I guess, because we're the main viewers.
I'm like, dude,
I thought it was pretty nuts. So, like, the whole combination of, like...
Well, all I know
what
is that I don't have Netflix anymore. So I will be looking for illegal streams.
Yeah. That's huge now, too.
Exactly.
I think most of my sports, or for soccer at least, like, I'll watch it on...
My favorite is whenever we be watching UFC and then our stream gets taken down. We're like, damn it, Dana! Damn it, Dana!
Then you have, like, 4 streams ready next...
Yeah, you just got to hit refresh.
Yeah.
Hit refresh and then we're good.
Yeah, so that... let's hope that stays around, But...
You know what makes me mad, though?
What?
They're taking all these games off of these major networks and shit and blah, 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 blah. But the fucked up part of everything is I pay for YouTube TV for I can watch every fucking football game. Now, listen, I get it. We live in the New York area. They want people to watch the New York games. So the Jets and the Giants are blacked out because obviously you watch live TV. But why is it that there's always a second national televised game that's always fucking blacked out? How are you going to sit here and sell me on every game every Sunday when I'm not getting every game every Sunday, bro? I'm like, dude. The worst is when the Steelers game is blacked out. I mean, like, I have some very colorful language to say to Roger Goodell.
Mm-hmm. No, I
fucking big ass no.
I'm with you though. That is annoying. Another thing about the schedule this year is that they've prioritized big rivalry games, or
they always do.
Well, what I was gonna say is they prioritize this year in particular. They're prioritizing the big matchups between quarterbacks earlier on in the year because of how so many got injured last year. So that's one thing that's interesting. The Bears, this is crazy. The NFL wants the Bears to make the playoffs. So when you hear this, their first divisional game is week 11. It's week 11, dude. That's how you know they want them to make the playoffs. Isn't that crazy? When have you ever heard of an NFL team not playing their first divisional game until week 11?
I'll do you one better.
What?
The Steelers. I might be blowing some hot air here, but I'm pretty sure after our bye week, we play Cincy, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Browns. We play literally two of the 3 teams in our division towards the back end of our schedule, to the point where I'm like, why am I seeing Cincy towards, like...
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Why can't you, like, break it up a little bit? Make it to where we see Cincy at the beginning and the end of the year. Not like within a month of each other.
See, the Steelers got screwed this year with the schedule, for sure.
I think up until our bye week, I think we can go 6-2.
Okay.
But, I mean, the rest of it, I think I don't.
Well, if you want to hear my quick prediction about the Giants, I think it's going to be a shit show season, like, in general. Like, I don't know if they're going to win more than 5 games this year. And that's not necessarily because of the schedule. I just think there's so many situations where they just will not win more than 2 games in a row.
Those fucking uniforms that you guys unveiled the other day, that was some of the ugliest uniforms I have ever seen in my life.
From,
I get it. It's the 100-year.
Yeah,
blah,
I guess
blah,
it's
blah,
like they're.
But, bro.
It's just ridiculous,
Bro.
though. They're bad. It reminds me of the Packers unis.
Oh, those were worse. The ones with the tan pants.
It's exactly the same thing.
Oh, my God. Those were so bad.
Like, I get the idea of, like, commemorating a time period, so they're like their helmets from like the 1930s, jerseys from like 1920s, you know, pants, blah blah blah.
Dude,
just make a new jersey concept.
Do you remember when the Steelers had the Bumblebee jerseys?
Yeah, they were fucking terrible
Those were
too.
Fucking horrible.
They had the brown pants as well, right?
Bad. Yes,
they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did.
They did,
bro. The worst uniform I have ever seen in Steelers. I'm like, how do you fuck up the Steelers?
You know what's funny too?
How do you make us look like bumblebees? I'm like, bro. When we're home, all white. When we're away, all black everything.
Yeah.
Why are we fucking up the wheel here?
Like forget the past for a little bit. Okay, it's 100-year anniversary for the Giants. I get it. But make a new jersey, dude. Like make something exciting. Like start a new generation here with the Giants. Like start something new. Like I get the commemorate shit, but make this a new era.
And do that for like week 1.
Yeah.
Don't do it for the whole fucking season.
No, well, they're not wearing it the whole season.
Okay, good.
It's alternate.
If they were playing during the season, I'd be like, I might just bet you guys to lose just 'cause.
No, yeah, I would have too. But the alternates from last year were good, or the last 2 years they had.
Bro, you be
old
seeing
school
that they
jerseys.
already got lines for the games already out. People are already betting them. I'm like,
You don't even know who's on the rosters yet.
I'm like, dude, we're in May.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you betting on?
exactly. I mean, you could kind of like predict how teams are going to play
even
based on their
then-
matchups earlier
Even
on.
then, if Caleb Williams snaps his fucking leg, I don't want to be sitting there being like, damn, I got a money line week 1.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, and it's crazy.
I still think anyone that I saw like they already like predicted like schedules and shit like that, and people got them going 10-7, and I'm like,
Nah, bro, stop with
I'm
that.
like, dude.
I'm tired of hearing that. Like, I'm just tired of that.
I'm like, dude, please. Can we stop with this guy's hype train? I get it. He's the number 1 overall pick. He's got a ton of potential.
But like I said, the NFL's feeding him.
Can we play a fucking snap of football before we start giving this guy the fucking keys to the NFL?
No divisional game till week 11. Just think about that. Like crazy. They're just feeding him though.
You are in
Wins.
probably the best division in the NFC.
Exactly. That's why it's crazy.
And you're going to sit here and tell me that he's going to win 10 games. He sees the Packers twice a year. What's going to happen? I actually explained this to Greg Greg today. I said, what's going to happen when he has to walk into Lambeau in the brick titties outside, when it's cold as hell, when it hurts to catch the ball? What's going to happen when they go into the fourth quarter and he's got to do something?
And he fumbles. You know, it's
Not
just,
even that. Just he's going to want to play hero ball. Think about it. Last year, he had a terrible year. He went 7-5. He had to play hero ball because the defense was kind of shite.
Exactly.
Now, you go in the NFL. Yeah, the Bears got a pretty good defense. That O-line is a little...
Yeah. The coaching's in it too.
You're in the same division as the Lions, who just went to the NFC Championship game. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. They are not going to take a step back.
The Lions are going to be better.
Dan Campbell is not going to take a step back. I could see them winning 12 games again.
I think they'll be the best team in the league next year. I think the Lions will be the best team in the league.
Depends on how their rookies play, but yeah, I could see that. But Dan Campbell's not going to take his foot off the gas pedal. The Packers are going to be there because of the. And I'm not giving Jordan Love a lot of love, but Matt LaFleur's still there. They've got a sneaky good defense. Like that D line that they've got is very good.
They have a very good team.
And
and then the Vikings will be not great, but they're a well coached team, a lot of offensive weapons. They'll be.
I think their floor and ceiling is about 7 to 10.
Yeah, and that's good. That's like good for them.
They overachieve 10 wins.
That's really good.
They underachieve 7.
Yeah. So.
Plus, you're in that division, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, and for the Giants, I just want to say their first game's the Vikings. Really, I mean, it's a good game.
It's a 50-50 split.
I think that's why they made it the first game. Last year, the Giants had the Cowboys first game, and we all know how that went. Primetime game.
Dude, we got
NFL doesn't want that to happen
this year, bro.
Was that Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
What's against who?
One against the Steelers. Steelers. And
Oh,
Falcons.
you guys do.
Yeah.
Oh, is it at Sunday night?
Mm.
What's a Sunday? Do you know the Sunday night game? I can't remember. I totally forgot.
I know the Jets. I know the Jets and the. I almost said the Steelers. The Jets and the Niners are the late game, the Monday game.
Okay, so the Jets also have like 6 or more primetime games this year.
Yeah, because they're they need to get the maximum potential out of their guys before the MetLife turf eats them up.
Also, they have the least amount of breaks between games all year out of any team in the league, I think.
Good thing they have a 40-year-old quarterback.
Exactly. So, I mean, Jets fans, I would say
Brees Hall, I'm
500
drafting.
season.
I'm getting him.
He's also going to cook. Let me just see the schedule for week 1.
Because Aaron's going to feed him.
So, no, I just want to see the Sunday night game. Oh, it's Rams-Lions. That's a really, really, really good game. Okay, that's cool. Also,
rematch of that divisional game from last year.
That's a really... I love that game.
Is it in L.A. or is it in Detroit?
Detroit. See, of course it's in Detroit. I mean, Detroit's going to be flying this year, dude. I'm telling you.
I think they're gonna
love their
I think
team.
they're going to struggle at the beginning, but I think they're going to catch fire towards the end of the year.
Like, they didn't lose anyone. So
They got better.
They got better.
They
got better.
I mean, them getting everyone's going to talk about
Better
their players.
O-line even now.
No, everyone's going to talk about their players and shit. Them getting Ben Johnson, that OC that they've got, them retaining him is bigger than signing any
you want
player.
to keep the consistency.
Not even that.
From last year.
His offense
Same
in
offense.
general.
It was really good.
Bro, he made Jared Goff look good.
And then
No
he got
offense to Jared Goff, but the guy's a game manager.
I mean, look at his contract. He got like a $240 million or something.
That's Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, also instilling the two-headed running attack in David Montgomery and then Jameer Gibbs.
Oh, it's the best
And then on
running
top
attack
of that,
in the game.
having Sam Laporta, who in his rookie year is probably the best tight end in football.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's
super underrated.
I mean, bro,
Like
his
one of the
route
most
running is
underrated.
incredible. Then they got that Jamison Williams, who I think he has a breakout year this year.
Yeah, he's fast as hell. He's super
Just
athletic.
those
It's
strides.
awesome.
It's the same reason why I feel with Randy Moss. Like their strides are incredible. Or just, they take 3 steps or 40 yards down the field.
Yeah.
But
I love that team, man.
I'm hoping the Steelers make a play for DK Metcalf.
I mean,
really am.
we'll do our that would be sick, but we'll do our predictions probably like right before the season starts. But I'm
We always
really
do.
looking forward to this season, and that's saying a lot considering I think the Giants will be really bad. So I mean, I'm okay, and I like the NFL.
Hey, bro, Giants Steelers Monday Night Football. We're going.
Yeah, we're going. That'll be fun. I really
We got a couple heads that might be in my car as well. But
nice. But I've never been to Monday night, but I think the late games this year, like the primetime games this year in general for the NFL, I think all of them are like really good of what I've seen. So
yeah,
it's really good. I really like the matchups. Giants will get killed probably in that game. I mean,
I'm hoping.
I know
you
you
won't
are.
get any shit though for wearing.
I might
a Giants
I might
jersey.
be one of the few Giants fans that's being like a pessimist this year, knowing the roster and how terrible it is. So I'm okay. Like I'm gonna be I've seen early chatter from Giants fans about we'll go 10-7. We'll go, bro, come on now, dude. Like I don't want to hear that. But then I followed this guy who's a beat reporter for the Giants, Pat Leonard, and he did a schedule preview. He predicted all the scores for the games already, which is like crazy. But he's a beat reporter, so he's creating content. Dude had the Giants winning 4 games. He had he had the Giants losing like the first 3 games of the season, and I'm like, this is not gonna be good. And this is a beat report for the Giants.
Oh my god!
But he's also very real in terms of how he feels about the team. So I respect that out of him. He's only like beat reporter for the Giants I actually respect, because a lot of them are kind of like out there.
We're gonna win it all.
Or they just have they're just stupid. Like they don't follow the team like in a way that fans should be appreciative for. This guy does. He tells you how it is, So I respect that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it all.
It's only fucking May, and I want football.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah.
I'm kind of.
Yeah, it's been real.
It's been real.
And
This was a good pod, actually. I think this was a
I actually
good
think
rant.
It was fucking terrible. It was so bad,
This is a good rant. We got a lot of info out.
Worst pod we've had ever.
Yeah.
The worst, bro.
Another thing, please subscribe. We're getting a lot of views now for recently. Like, we're probably averaging like 30 plus now, which is really good for us. So we're getting on the home pages of a lot of YouTube channels. So if you're watching and you get to this point, please subscribe. And yeah, thank you.
I mean, I don't even know what to really say at this point. I'm here for the vibe skis, bruh. Here for the vibe skis.
All right, we'll see you next
Been real.
time.
Stay
See you
beautiful,
later.
my people.